There's no place like Nome. There's no place like Nome.
And there's no place like the new episode of Garden Time. Happy spring and welcome to Garden Time. We're at Bauman's Farm and Garden where they're jump-starting into spring. And later in the show, I'll be talking with Brian Bauman about all the events that are going on this weekend.
Also on today's show, we are going to show you how to naturally dye your Easter eggs.
But first, some new daffodils.
Well, I can find no place else better I would rather be than in a garden with Kevin talking about daffodils. So let's go back, Kevin, to, because you breed these beautiful things, don't you?
That's right.
So let's start from the beginning. They're not going to drop off in a garden, create seeds, and grow that way. So how do you ever get to connect them?
So what I do is each year I find some really nice flowers like this one here, and I take the pollen from one, put it on the stigma of another, and I collect the seeds in the fall of that year. And then they go into pots like this, and the next spring they all germinate like this one here, and they come up like grass. They make one little leaf.
Yeah.
It dies down, and they make a tiny bulb. And the next year they come up, and they're a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
And they have a bigger little bulblet. And you plant these, and then 2 to 3 years later, they bloom.
So they really are coming from seeds.
Yes.
And that's what the process needs to do it.
That's right. So these are, when you take bulbs and divide them, they're all genetically identical.
Right.
Every one of these is going to be a new creation.
So in a garden then, once you plant these in the ground, the seedlings aren't going to make new stuff. It's going to be the bulblets in the ground that you have to plant. Okay.
That's right. Yeah. In fact, they rarely make seed on their own. So you don't have a problem.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Now, I see some stuff that I don't seem to recognize in daffodils, but this is what you do. So tell me a couple of things that you have done recently that you're loving and why you're loving it.
Well, the split cup daffodils I think are really exciting. And the split cups are different than a normal daffodil in that a normal daffodil has a cup like this one here that's composed of 6 petals. When you have a split cup, on the other hand, the 6 petals are now separated and they lay back on the perianth, the outer petals here.
Okay.
And it's a totally different look from this to this.
Truly, that's a genetic difference then, right?
Right.
And that's what the crossing does.
Right.
Okay.
One gene determines that split. So I can take a split cup and cross it with any other daffodil in the yard, and half of the progeny will be split cups.
And half won't then.
Half won't. That's right.
And then whatever you get from that, you take for the next step of getting it, doing the pollinating, all that.
That's right. So it's a never-ending process.
It's a gamble, really.
It is. It is. Yeah, it's a crapshoot, really. Yeah.
And then what if you get them and you find one that you like? Is that the one that you concentrate on in the future?
Yes. So some of them are marked then to be marketed. So I'll select a name for them, and they'll be propagated and sold to the public.
And then if the public buys them, and when they do, they'll plant them in the ground, and it'll always be that plant.
Correct.
Well, you know, every time we come out here, we hear about so many different wonderful plants that Kevin works on and breeds and comes up with beautiful new creations in them. So we're going to be looking forward to these. And if you're as interested as I am about how they get there and the beauty that comes from them, go to gardentime.tv and we'll keep you informed with the new stuff that Kevin comes out with. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you, William. Always a pleasure.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
Your car does more than get you where you need to go. It helps you live the life you love. At Capital Subaru, we're 100% dedicated to finding what works for you. And with a wide selection, personalized service, and plenty of perks, you won't need to go anywhere else to find it. Let us help you make the most of your day. Come shop your way on the Parkway.
Now at Capital, hurry into the Subaru A Lot to Love event and lease the fuel-efficient new 2018 Subaru Outback 2.5i CVT for just $198 per month.
Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
Since 1926, the Bauman Company has worked with homeowners to make their homes and gardens beautiful. If you have a garden problem, Bonide has the answer.
Ants are on the move, and they're taking over your home. Time to take revenge. Bonide's Revenge Ant Control products are the solution to your ant problems. Eliminate the entire colony, even the queen.
Visit Bonide.com to find a local retailer and to download your free Bonide Problem Solver app for your iPhone or Droid.
For over 100 years, Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts have provided tree and shrub care services to the Portland metropolitan area.
From large tree and small shrub pruning, tree removal, and stump grinding, we can handle all your tree care needs.
Our arborists diagnose and treat your toughest insect and disease problems.
We also have organic solutions for growing and maintaining healthy gardens, as well as organic nutrition for your trees and shrubs.
Collier and Bartlett, environmentally friendly since 1907.
Come to the 16th Annual GardenPalooza April 7th at Fur Point Farms. See over 40 plant growers and garden vendors. Free parking and free admission. Enter to win a set of farm-style raised beds and containers. GardenPalooza April 7th at Fur Point Farms in Aurora. Don't miss it.
Your garden begins here at our local farm. My grandfather and father have nurtured plants here for 70 years. We breed Northwest hardiness into every bloom, and we take as much pride in your garden as you do. So when you're ready to turn your empty space into something beautiful, we're here to help by sharing what we know, inspiring your vision, crafting plants that meet your high standards. The best gardens begin and continue to grow at Owl's Garden and Home in Woodburn, Sherwood, Gresham, and Wilsonville.
So I'm sitting here at Garden Gallery Ironworks. I'm with Don Sprague, and Don, we're going to be talking about this amazing, beautiful thing right here because it's the giveaway that you guys are giving out at GardenPalooza this year.
This is one of our raised garden beds, and they come in all different sizes, but we're giving away this one here, and it's got a detachable trellis on the back. You can grow cucumbers and all kinds of things on the back as well. So you can grow a full garden in this bed here.
And what I love about this is it's a $500 value, and you guys are you're very giving at GardenPalooza every year. And with this coming up, how are people supposed to sign up to get it?
Just stop by the Garden Time booth, your booth. And it will also have some there at our booth as well to help you out.
And all they do is sign up, and then later you draw, and whoever wins gets it. So
they pick it up and take it home.
So also, we're going to be talking later on in a few weeks about the actual items they're going to be selling at their booth as well. For more information on GardenPalooza, you can always go to gardenpalooza.com.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Well, I am at Bauman's Farm and Garden with Brian, and Brian, today is a special day, and it's a new event for you guys.
We are so excited. I've been working all winter. I've been so excited for spring that it was like, okay, we need to have a spring kickoff event. So we're calling it our Garden Jumpstart.
Fun. And I see you have cheat notes here.
Oh my goodness, we have so much stuff. I tried to memorize everything we were going to talk about. I couldn't do it. We have a lot of stuff going on today.
All right,
what's really excited. So from 10 o'clock today until 1 o'clock, we're going to have different vendors and speakers coming in to talk to you about a whole bunch of different things that are on special today at Bauman Farms.
Fun.
So first off, at 10 o'clock, we have Kellogg Garden Products is going to come out and talk about their Harvest Supreme Soil Amendment Mix, which is great for planting your plants. Kind of a great base to get us started for the day. And today only, it's buy 3 bags, you get 1 free.
Oh, perfect.
And then from there, we're going to move on to Bailey Nursery. And they've got, we've kind of talked a lot about these new blueberries coming out. Great for container gardening. There's one that produces all summer now.
Wow.
So she's going to kind of walk us through all those different blueberries that are now on the market.
Nice.
And then, well, how are we going to transplant them and transplant
starter
fertilizer? So we have Espoma coming out to talk about their Biotone Starter Plus, and then also their Soil Acidifier, which is going to help us kind of fertilize our blueberries throughout the season. And the Soil Acidifier, see, I got to look at my notes.
Of course.
$7.99 today at Bauman Farms. I was checking my notes from last year. Our number 1 selling shrub from last year, hardy gardenias.
Oh, look at them.
Do you have one at your yard?
I don't, but I enjoy my neighbors.
Well,
but I should get one too.
I know where you can get one on special today. But this is frost-proof gardenia. The smell is fantastic. This is my favorite hardy gardenia. We have Youngblood coming out to talk about it. And I like it because it has that nice, big, full blossom. and the fragrance is
It
amazing.
is. It is beautiful. And then I know that you'll have all the wonderful things you have here at Bauman's. You'll have the bakery open and cider. Look at your new bottles of cider. That's so exciting.
We have lots of stuff going on today. And potteries, buy one, get one half off. Rhododendrons are 40% off today.
They're beautiful.
And I'm really excited. GardenPalooza is coming up.
I know. And so something special for them we can tease?
Do you remember last year we talked about those brand new strawberries, bubble berries, taste like bubble gum?
Yeah.
I sold out in like 2 hours. I have 1,000 plants ready to go for GardenPalooza.
So you heard it from Brian himself. Come out today to Bauman's Farm and Garden, have a great time, and then we'll also see him at GardenPalooza.
Woohoo!
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Over the 30 years that our family has been in the nursery industry, we've learned that anyone can supply a customer with plants and garden supplies. But it's supplying those plants and supplies backed by a knowledgeable staff that can transform a garden and take it from ordinary to extraordinary. That's what we do at Sagawa Nursery. Why be ordinary when you can be extraordinary? Sagawa Nursery, growing beyond the ordinary.
Since 1982, the Wall has been making local gardens beautiful, naturally. Whether you need a new wall, concrete patio, fire pit, or driveway, the Wall's expert craftsmen can build it. We back up our work with a 5-year warranty, so you'll know it'll last. We use the highest quality materials, including stamped colored concrete, natural stone, and we're the leader in using recycled concrete. Create an outdoor environment you'll enjoy for years, with the help of your friends at The Wall.
Build a beautiful home inside and out at French Prairie Perennials. Inside, we have just the right creative elements to complete your decor. We offer an oasis of unusual, nature-inspired garden and home gifts and accessories. Outside, choose from our wide selection of unique dwarf conifers and sparkling companion plants. French Prairie Perennials, located between Woodburn and Wilsonville. Take exit 278 to Aurora and French Prairie Perennials.
Welcome to Blooming Junction, where it's easy to connect with nature. At Blooming Junction, you'll find beautiful, healthy plants, good, fresh food, and a place to regain peace and calm in your life. We have an unsurpassed collection of unique and distinctive plants and the expertise to help any gardener be successful. And we feature Blooming Advantage plants. Come check out Blooming Junction for an inspiring experience in the garden or in the kitchen. Blooming Junction, offering quality plants for beautiful gardens.
Well, I'm standing here at the wonderful Sagawa Nursery, and I'm with Brian Sagawa. Brian, today we're going to talk about container-type small space gardening because it's really popular, and a lot of us don't remember and didn't even know about some fruits now that are available that work great in sections like this.
Yeah, that's right. It used to be the post wire, you have to have quite a bit of area. So there's actually a lot of varieties out, blueberries, blackberries, we got some raspberries, all kind of selected for maybe dwarf characteristics.
And this, we always want to warn people too that even in things this big, don't dig up soil. This is fresh soil that we got from you guys. Put it in here, so it's going to be very healthy and clean to begin with. So let's just jump right in. This looks like a blueberry.
That's right. Notice the foliage. So it's what we call semi-evergreen.
Right.
So what you have, attractive foliage, turns this nice maroon color in the winter. So kind of a versatile landscape or container planting or in small space gardening. It's very versatile, you could say.
And I think too, a lot of us get afraid of things like raspberries because we consider the space that's required, but these newer ones are small.
They're not only that, but raspberries, they have to have the drainage. I don't know if you ever notice after 2-3 years, they kind of decline in growth. They just don't have the vigor. It's usually going to be a root rot. They need the well-drained soil, so what better way
than a raised bed like this, certainly.
You bet, it would be easy way, or container grown.
And these, I'm assuming you prune them all the same way, but this is not going to just, you don't have to have an acre stretched out.
That's right. No posts wired to have to train them on. Just like a grape or anything else, you need the posts and wires. This, you would not need to do that.
So Brian, this is a new blackberry called Baby Cakes, and it grows like this, but then you also, sometimes they'll get a little bit taller, and so I'm assuming that's why you put this out, just to protect it a bit?
Just an easy way to grow it besides, again, the posts and wire. It's such not a nuisance, but requires a little bit of time to get that back up there.
But this works easy, doesn't it?
Tomato cage, everybody has one of those. You can attach some of the vines or canes right in there. Keep it contained so it's not flopping all over. Yeah, excellent way.
The holes you dig in this are going to be a lot easier than generally in the ground, but you still want to consider things that you put with them as you plant them. Let's talk about that a bit.
Well, very important. Just like anything else, fruit trees, plants, landscape, it all begins with a great start.
Right.
Either way, you get the composting material, everything would, I can't think of nothing that wouldn't like composting material and it's decomposed. Starter fertilizer, a little root and grow, which is a root stimulator, has a little bit of NPK in it to give it a little shot of fertilizer along with stimulation of the growth, roots. So you get the encourage roots to promote.
And so you do that, and you're going to guarantee that these things will, and they will produce. This, and the new ones really do as well. So even if you have just a small garden or an apartment, you can put stuff like this in and have fresh,
a bountiful crop of
wonderful. Well, for more information, we always encourage you to call, or better yet, come on out to Sagau's. It's not a very far drive from Portland, and experience all of this yourself. Pick up some beautiful stuff and start having some fresh, wonderful fruit in your own yard. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks, William.
For the tip of the week, we're talking about bringing hellebores inside to enjoy. We're enjoying them in the garden, but usually the flowers are hanging down and they're pendulous, and you don't get to enjoy the beauty.
I found these beautiful doubles on the other side of the garden, Judy.
Well, we're going to bring these into the house and we'll show you how to display them. William, isn't this easy? You just get a very pretty bowl, fill it with water, and then float the hellebore blooms on top. And because they're floating in the water, they actually last longer.
It really is beautiful. Displaying hellebores indoors. That's our tip of the week.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Portland Nursery, where spring is our favorite time of year. It's the time to prepare your garden for planting. We invite you to get a jump on spring with our huge selection. Let Portland Nursery's staff of professionals help with groceries you can grow. We've got the seeds, veggie starts, and expertise to ensure your success. Visit portlandnursery.com for a list of classes and special events. Portland Nursery, helping make your backyard your favorite destination at 50th and Stark and 90th and Division.
Your garden is only as good as the ingredients you use. That's where Black Gold can help. Black Gold seedling mix is formulated for successful seed germination and strong seedling growth. Black Gold seedling mix is organic and OMRI listed, so you can start this year's organic garden outright. Look for Black Gold at your local garden center or go online to blackgold.bz. Black Gold, all the riches of the earth.
Create a beautiful living space both inside and out with the help of Terra Casa.
Outside, you'll find pottery, fountains, and decor to make your garden unforgettable.
And inside, there are home furnishings and just the right accents to make your home warm, inviting, and most importantly, comfortable.
Terra Casa has a huge selection of merchandise to fit any home or budget. Plus, we still have all the unique and distinctive gifts that you have come to expect from Terra Casa.
Terra Casa in downtown Damascus.
It's spring clearance time at Standard TV and Appliance.
Save up to 88% on closeouts, overstocks, floor models, and special purchases in every category at Standard, including washers and dryers, ranges, wall ovens, and cooktops, top brand dishwashers, side-by-side and French door refrigerators, and Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, right now at Standard, save up to 87% on display and discontinued pro-style products.
Hurry, they won't last long. Standard TV and Appliance.
Come to the 16th Annual GardenPalooza April 7th at 4 Point Farms. See over 40 plant growers and garden vendors. Free parking and free admission. Enter to win a set of farm-style raised beds and containers. GardenPalooza April 7th at 4 Point Farms in Aurora. Don't miss it.
It's It's Easter time and we have a great project to do with the family. I'm with Kim Foran from Geranium Lake Flowers in downtown Portland. And Kim, you know, this isn't the pastel looking ones I did when I was a kid.
No, this is our botanical kind of sepia eggs.
That's
Today
beautiful.
I use beautiful onion skins, but we'll talk about all the different things we can do. And I wanted to teach you how to do it.
Oh, right. Well, they are so cool and I love to have the imprints of the plant. So how can we do that?
Okay, so first thing you need to go out to your garden.
All right.
And you need to find some plant material, little pieces of tidbits, really.
Mhm.
I went into, you know, things aren't quite blue. New growth, you can get
shamrock.
Shamrocks, you can get a little Scotch broom if you dare.
Okay.
But
Ransom.
lots of little tidbits, even little twigs work
okay.
great. So after you assemble your plant material, you want to grab your raw eggs.
I have a raw
Okay.
egg, okay.
And then you want to make sure you go into your pantyhose from your other life and go ahead and cut a little square of
all right.
pantyhose.
I got that, okay.
Other things that can work, because none of us really have pantyhose
No.
anymore. At least I don't. But tights work good well.
Okay.
Or work well too.
Stretchy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you had a fondness for this guy.
I do. I think I'm going to try that, the shamrock.
So go ahead and put your plant material.
Okay.
And it's important to recognize that we want to put it face down. So
All right.
that means the
Stem
back
up.
of the plant, because it makes a better impression.
Yeah. Okay.
So it does take some dexterity.
It
So go ahead
does.
and pull your little pantyhose square.
All right.
And pull it pretty tight. And what's bugging me right now, hon?
I know, I got to make it look
Yeah,
prettier.
I want
She's
my,
all about
I want my
presentation.
leaves to be stretched out because our final product, and be kind of gentle. Yeah.
But I could put a space on it because it's kind of sticky, so you
Yeah.
can kind of play with it just a little bit.
And if you want, I can help you.
Okay, let
You
me
got it?
see. I think I got it. All
Okay.
right. That looks better, thank you.
And then we need something to secure it with.
All right. So a little piece of string.
Yeah, and pull it pretty
Really
tight.
tight?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then go ahead and you can twist it.
All right.
And then you can wind this twine around, or you can just have a buddy tie it off for you.
All right. Well, it's good to have many hands when you're doing this. It's more fun that way.
This is a really awesome project for kids too.
Mhm.
So if you don't want to use twine, you can use rubber bands. So
Okay.
for little fingers, that's a little easier.
Sure, definitely.
And then you go to making your beautiful dye, and we can talk about all the different things. I actually use just regular yellow onions, but I don't know if you can see in here, I put a couple red onion skins in here.
Just make it darker?
Because I really, really like the mahogany richness.
It's
so go ahead and just fill up a pot with
Okay.
water. I scavenge around the bottom of Fred Meyer's, and I put my hand underneath, and the guy said, seriously, what did you buy? And I'm like, 12 cents of onion skins. So just pull, pull the skins off. If a little bit of the onion meat goes in there, it's totally fine.
Okay, good.
So fill it up with your plant material or your onions and let it simmer. So for about 30 minutes, we're not going to add our eggs yet. And then you can see how beautiful it looks. The color is really rich mahogany. We talked about beet tops. We talked about some other things. Earl Grey tea bags or a black tea bag works great. I know you read up on turmeric and raspberries.
Right.
But
yeah, but raspberries, I think I'd rather eat them than dye them.
Yeah.
So.
So then when you're ready and it's nice and brown, you need to add your vinegar. So
Okay.
apple wine vinegar or white wine vinegar. And go ahead for a stock pot like this, add a 1/4 cup.
And does that help the dye adhere? Is
Yeah,
that what it's
that
for?
helps it, stay to the egg, I guess.
Okay.
And then go ahead and put your
All right.
beautiful
my creation.
Yeah, in
Your
the
creation
pot.
in the pot.
Yeah, and just make sure you push it all the way down.
Okay.
And then you're going to simmer like a regular making a hard-boiled egg for, I kind of overcook them just because
Sure.
I want the dye. So I cook it on medium-high for about 10 minutes, and then I just cut the heat and I walked away.
Okay.
So last night I actually made these, and
Let's
so
see what happened.
let's go ahead and pull one out.
Oh,
this
look at
is
that.
a little piece of fern. Mm-hmm. So what we need to do is I'll go ahead and cut this.
Okay.
And we open it up.
It's like a little present here.
I know, it's so beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
how
that one
beautiful.
is really pretty.
That is very nice. And you can really see the detail of the fern. That's
Yeah,
really
and
great.
it almost looks like a photograph, you know.
gonna put it right here with the other ones.
You know, don't be afraid to make little paintings on the eggs. You know, you can even use things that are non-plant material. We used some onion skin bag that looked fabulous. Where did that one go?
And that made the crinkly, so we just used that plastic
So I
mesh.
actually put a piece of fern, put the onion skin bag over it, and then put my nylon. So there's a lot of different layers. And then afterwards, what I'd like you to do is polish it.
And it just gives that nice little shine.
I just used olive oil on a rag. You can also use any kind of vegetable oil, Crisco, anything greasy, basically. And then it looks so fabulous. I also did a couple plain ones just because I kind of like the way it looks.
And they're still different because the way the dye took on the egg.
Yeah. And the best part is actually opening. And I wanted you to open this one just because that is a special hellebore, which I know gardeners love.
Oh, look at that.
So go ahead and pull that off.
Pull this off.
Yeah.
It's almost cool to leave it on too.
And sometimes what happens with these eggs
like
is
a little
they're
marble.
such little treasures that you don't want to eat them.
Definitely.
So here, let's put a little oil on that. Yeah.
Well, look how beautiful. And you have it such a pretty presentation. You go out the yard and get some moss and put it in a basket and you're ready for your table.
Yeah, it looks fabulous.
Well, thank you so much. If you want to go to Geranium Lake Flowers to their website and blog, you can get more information and really check this out and do it with your family. Well, thanks so much. It was lots of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Garden Time today, and thanks to Bauman's Farm and Garden for letting us hang out. You know, you can come out this weekend to their Jumpstart into Spring, or you can see them in 2 weeks at GardenPalooza.
And speaking of GardenPalooza, to find out all the information and great things that are occurring at this year's GardenPalooza, we invite you to go to GardenPalooza.com.
William and I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week here on Garden Time.
Extend your growing season and escape to your own garden retreat in a Solex greenhouse from the Greenhouse Catalog. There is nothing like the taste of a bright, red, juicy, homegrown tomato. The bright, warm, durable design of a Solex greenhouse provides plenty of room to nurture your plants and enjoy your passion for years. Choose from 5 Solex greenhouse models or build your own with Solex panels. For all your gardening, greenhouse, and specialty growing needs, visit greenhousecatalog.com or give us a call.
At Garland Nursery, you'll find
Top quality plants,
4 generations of garden know-how,
fun and fantastic garden decor,
and the best in garden supplies.
Come visit us at Garland Nursery.
Since 1937, inspiring beautiful and bountiful gardens.
Come to the 16th Annual GardenPalooza April 7th at 4 Point Farms. See over 40 plant growers and garden vendors. Free parking and free admission. Enter to win a set of farm-style raised beds and containers. GardenPalooza April 7th at 4 Point Farms in Aurora. Don't miss it.
Judy, do you remember when I asked you if you liked me? I mean, if you really liked me?
Yeah, I liked you on Facebook.
Yeah, well, I need you to do that again.
Well, we really need everyone to like the new Facebook page for Garden Time. So you just go to gardentime.tv and click on the Facebook icon and like us again for our brand new page.
The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.